What's up, Hedgehog Maniacs and Doki Fanatics? Sanjay17 here, back with more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. The last time I saw me play, I went through the epilogue side story, you could say, equals. It was very interesting. Like I said, I was actually going to continue Sayori's route for that previous recording, but when I got done with the recording beforehand, I found out there was one last side story, and as you know, it led to the equals and everything. But what I'm about to do right now is continue on with Sayori's route in the main story. Time to dive in, and let's do it to it. Here we go. Like I said, I have to find words that associate with Sayori, but at the same time, I cannot have Natsuki or Yuri hate MC's poem. Let's go. Spinning? Oh, that's Natsuki. Childhood Sayori. Massacre is Yuri. Tenacious? Oh, that's Yuri. Family? Yep, that's Sayori. Rain Cloud Sayori. I'm sorry. Cute!
Yeah! I'm not gonna even say anymore. Just kidding. I'm not cute!
It's not even a point to escalate anymore. But you are still cute.
Yeah! But I hope I like your poem.
Let's see. Lucky? Yep, that's Sayori. Hurt? That's Sayori as well. Sunset is Sayori. Shiny is Natsuki. Fireworks is Sayori. After image is Yuri. Loud is Sayori. I always thought Loud was Natsuki. I don't know. Time is Yuri. Or it was Yuri. Rainbow? Yep, that's Sayori. Friends? That's Sayori. Rose is Sayori. Sugar? I know that's Natsuki. Here we go.
Oh man! I'm the last one here again.
Don't worry, I just walked in too. Will you practice the piano again?
Yeah.
You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano?
Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And I'm super happy that you're willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? When you complained about it yesterday, just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But the whole day at school we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound like a bit like Sayori all of a sudden.
Micah, did you usually have fried squid? Squid? That's friends with something to look forward to. Oh, come on! Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people! Eh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name! Monica!
I still don't understand why Natsuki had to go with that. Like I said, she is my favorite among the Dokis, but that joke was kind of lame. I hate to say. Anyway.
Eh? I thought I see my name at all. Also, don't judge me those sense of translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on the whole event for now, okay? Yeah, fine. The reactors are as fine as Sayori's anyway.
Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Ah! Oh, there you are! Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori! I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again.
Sorry. Don't mind me. You can talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why would it be?
It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, you ain't too much about me. I'm fine, see?
Sayori shows a big smile.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk.
X, what's up?
Hey, this may sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently?
Anything up with her? Then what do you mean?
Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today.
Oh, think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her.
Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk.
Maybe there's something on her mind. Well, I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, X. And you certainly know her a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now.
No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself.
Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone.
Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing up with a person of interest.
Person of interest? What do you mean by that?
I'd say that maybe the thing in her mind is you, X.
Me? How on earth will you come to that conclusion?
Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an entire light has turned on inside of her.
What? No way! Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been.
That's so funny, X. Have you thought that maybe you always see her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you just forget about what I said. I tried to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now.
Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sign and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh down on me so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, you'd think. But there's nothing I could do besides wait for Monica.
Okay, everyone.
After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room.
Why don't we share our bombs for now?
Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Speaking of Sayori,
this is your best one so far. It's really nice, Sanyx.
Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright?
Yeah? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today.
Do you want to nap or something?
No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face.
Well, alright.
Hey, Sanyx! I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing from your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But
Yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most.
why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else?
Wait! Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But do we have a wavelength or something? And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the one excited. You're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write than thinking about you. Sayori.
No! Sanyx! I don't deserve this! You're too nice to me! Why are you doing this?
Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden.
If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier!
Sayori! I glance around the room to make sure no one has noticed this. Sayori! I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She snivels and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile.
It's nothing, Sanyx. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to say that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori!
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Anyway, first moment of truth.
This one's alright.
Alright.
Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit.
Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
No, gross! It's you're not slacking off.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
That's, it's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Choose your words more carefully, MC. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach.
Ow! Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
Ow, I know. Don't worry, I was too.
How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Choose your words carefully, MC. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should just really watch my mouth around Natsuki. That's why I've been saying.
Anyway,
Natsuki holds her palm out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be a beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today, I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight. A sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the steady glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in the footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again.
yeah. I feel like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach.
So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message late?
Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after you and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it, or whatever. Yeah, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Next up, Monica.
Hi, Sonyax. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands.
It's kind of funny.
How so?
No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. You've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you?
I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again.
I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little bit up today.
Yeah. Did she tell you anything?
Well, Subjects, you haven't been flirting with her, have you?
Well, of course not. I've been treating her like I always do.
Alright.
There's that pose again.
Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something had bad happen to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the best time to talk about this. Anyway, I'll share my point with you now, alright?
Alright. At this point, Monica is giving a slip of the tongue about this whole thing. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of the beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind.
You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything. That was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
Anyway, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one important thing I've noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we?
Come to think of it, there's something that comes to mind when that quote is said. Something from Steven Universe. He said, Steven's dad would say, if every pork chop would be perfect, then Steve would say,
we will have hot dogs.
I know, bad expressions. I know, sucked. But that's what it reminds me of. Anyway.
We wouldn't have anything to write about, would we? You would sort through the dimensional characters. I think you know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Margaret's writing tip for the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not good? It can be disheartening to give a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing both becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way. It would make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? Well, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
One person left. Yuri.
Well done, Sayx. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this. It's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think.
I guess I can't really disagree.
I was afraid this whole thing would be a
Sure. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. And I guess doing some writing myself.
Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Sayx?
Eh?
Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself? In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. Even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself.
That's comforting.
I'm kinda afraid of disappointing you in some ways or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so?
Yuri thinks for a good minute.
That must be terrible.
Eh?
For me to become someone whose opinions is fearsome. How unlikable of me.
Yuri!
It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions.
Like how it was from Yuri's perspective in Storm?
I'm just a little too used to it.
Overthinking?
Being disliked.
Yuri!
What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Now let's move on.
Alright. Do you want to share your poem now?
Okay. Here.
Beach. Oh, hold on. Marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath great rolling clouds, an endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations with you give in, or will sudden waves send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the flooring tendrils. Sorry, I can't really see it. Turn back, and I abandon my pace to evade its And shoes. At the shoes. Drift forward, and I return to forevermore. Like I said, I can't really read cursive all that good. With script, whatever the hell that is. Probably from where I was sitting, but anyway.
I'm aware that the beach is kind of a main thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it.
Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it.
She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences is our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'll want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while.
Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing.
Okay, you three. Well, don't share bumps, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me? Or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviate from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Yeah, you do, Monica.
Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri is immune to it. Stagnant Ao's common foreshadow that something terrible is about to happen.
In your books, maybe. Look, the only big difference that Sayori isn't here.
It seems you're right. Yeah. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's bounces through an envelope when she's not around. But I think she went out to anyway. I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on!
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's been kind of avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Oh?
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people?
Guy, calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine.
What did she say? Yet you ignored again, MC.
Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so... let's decide what we'll be doing this weekend. I know what I'm doing! That's right! That's gonna be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, in different flavors. Can you handle that by yourself, Natsuki? Charge accepted! As myself, I'm going to be printing and serving all the poetry pamphlets. So Yuri will help me design them. And as for Yuri... Yuri, you can... Huh? Guys? Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No! That's not it at all! You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki is probably too?
Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have whatever, you know? So you can make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere.
Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focuses and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You've been a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, That just leaves you, Psychics.
The one who is truly useless.
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have both has a pretty heavy task to handle. It would probably go a long way to get one of them in hand. You can always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that.
That's... Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give to you. It's not like Monica is going to be giving me a choice, and you should be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Sonic X may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited as assisted with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard can it be to make a few decorations anyway?
Sounds like you'll be just making excuses for Sonic X to. What are you saying? Your aim is dream materials work.
And bacon isn't? Just when you think, guys,
I'll just sit down for a moment. And yet, I think it's up to Sonic X to decide how you like to contribute. Besides, there's a really good chance to spend time anytime with me yet, you know? So I'm sure you'll be interested.
you literally just said.
I'm surprised as well.
Sorry, I was just saying though. Jeez, can we just say this already?
Yeah. Sonic X, you're okay with this, right? Yep, it's up to you.
Of course.
Very well. In that case,
Everyone looks straight at me. But of course I'm gonna go with... But this is Sayori's route. Honestly... Let's do Sayori. I know it's not gonna be much, but... Yeah. I mean... If I'm going to be anyone, then I prefer to help with Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors and...
but Monica said
that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much?
no. Sorry, I didn't mean this to be difficult. Just look at the club, okay?
I'll explain what I'll do. Well... You know what? Let's just use some extra dialogue. Well, I guess I should probably help Monica. There's that pose again!
Yay! You picked me!
Uh-oh.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah!
Monica, you're the one that needs the least amount of help among us. Of all of us.
But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well.
But Sonic X was the one who... that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared them into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club.
Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision.
Ulterior motives?
Well, what are you saying, Yuri?
In fact,
It's not like you guys are the ones who with ulterior motives.
excuse me?
Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica.
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know.
We want to do as good of a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe that's true.
Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources.
So you're going to do the right thing, President?
Okay. I get it. It's technically the most logical of his ideas to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do.
You can tell Monica was dejected after that. But you know who I'm gonna choose. But I'll explain once I get done what I'm about to do. You're gonna have to excuse me for a moment.
A few moments later.
I'm back. It's like I said. I skipped that entire sequence with Natsuki because I didn't want you guys going through that portion again. But this time, I just want to make sure I'm gonna do this. It is Sayori's route. I love you. MC talking, not me. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy.
Say yes!
There's Sayori's final CG. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me.
Say yes! Is this really okay?
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again.
I love you, Say yes! I want to be with you forever!
Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori!
I'm supposed to be happy right now! I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me! But why? Even now! Why won't the rain clouds go away? I'm not going away at all, Sanyex!
It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay. I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
When you say it, I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want everything to be the same as always has been. Even if we are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best.
Hey, Sayori!
Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly.
If I get really sad, this is the best thing for me, right?
I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I understand what I'm feeling. It's like a bunch of thoughts when you told me you love me. But that's why I wanted to trust you. You know what's best for me.
Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never been more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I could comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I got. Sayori's the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fan of what I'm about to do. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. There's that pose again.
So yes, and the first one here. Thanks for being early.
That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Manga's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we'll be performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. Are you sure about that, MC? That dummy. Don't say that about Sayori. You'd think on days like this on days this important, she'll try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Like I said, I'm not gonna like what's about to occur, because I've experienced this myself playing it, and a certain YouTuber playing it as well. You probably know who I'm referring to if you've been following me.
You should take a little responsibility for it, Sanyex. I mean, especially after you exchanged with her yesterday. You gotta let her hang it this morning, you know?
Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president after all.
But I stammer, embarrassed. Technically she was chatting with Sayori at the time MC showed up to her house that day. So, yeah. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Eh? Manga's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel a chill down my spine after hearing that. There's that pose again!
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. Natsuki's poem called Jump, Yuri's poem called After Image of a Crimson Eye. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. Yeah, the one she practiced was My Meadow. It's one I never had read before. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Side X? What's wrong?
Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so...
Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself.
Manga calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I end up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house? That really is something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Once that text leaves, there's no turning back. Because this is going to happen. Yeah. An exception has occurred. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this could be real. Sayori would never do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything would be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How can I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I should have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to take care about her. Then why did I confess to her? And make her feel even worse. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her, like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the Literature Club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry the skill with me until I die. Not that my life is worth more than hers. But I still could do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never! 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 End. Stopping here, Hedgehog Maniacs. Like I said, I was not a fan of what I was about to do. And I know some of you are fans of Sayori, and it was hard for you to see that. And honestly, I don't blame you. If I was saying that Sayori is best school, I would understand that. But even with me having favoritism towards Natsuki, that's never easy to see. Because unfortunately in some mods, she does suffer the same fate. But the next time you will see me play this will be Act 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club, the main story. But for now, Sonic17 is signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think down below. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe to me so you'll check out the rest of my content, and you also check out the videos you see here on the screen. I told you to stop doing that, Monica!